Today here in Arlington, Texas, the Mariners put a wrap on this short road trip and hopefully with a W as the fans pour into Globe Life Park, home of the Texas Rangers, as the Mariners try to salvage a game in this series after dropping the first two. So we welcome you to Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew on hand here in Arlington. Gorgeous day. Temperature to mid-80s, but comfortable. And ideal conditions for baseball here in Texas. Sashi Iwakuma goes against Derek Holland. Right now, let's take a look at the Mariner batting order for today.
And we'll start with the DH. Franklin Gutierrez hitting second in the lineup. A 10-game hitting streak, hitting .394 with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs over the 10 games for Franklin Gutierrez. Robinson Cano hitting .375 with a couple of home runs off of Holland. And then Chris Iannetta had 3 hits in last night's ball game, and good numbers also, .364 with a home run off of Derek Holland. Take a look at the defensive setup. Brought to you by American Family Insurance. Jared Hoying getting his first start of the series out in left field. Elvis Andrus was all over the place. Just took away a bunch of hits from the Mariners in last night's ball game. Mitch Moreland will be at first base, and Bobby Wilson will do the catching for the Rangers.
Waiting for Derek Holland to take the mound. He's a guy that the Mariners have seen a lot of over the years. He's 11-4 with a .339 against the Mariners, 6-3 with a .442 here in Globe Life.
You can see his overall ERA at .478. Not used to seeing it so high. 4-4 record. 27 strikeouts and 52 2/3. Opponents hitting .274. He's given up 5 home runs. Really struggled through the month of May with his off-speed pitches. Off-speed pitches, the league opponents hitting .440 off of him. That's the highest average against off-speed pitches in baseball. So see what the Mariners can do with his fastball today. He has a good fastball still. His fastball will be at 92 miles an hour. Mix in a curveball and a changeup. Occasional slider when he gets 2 strikes on the hitter.
Bring you up to speed on what's happening with the injured players. Tel Marte, expect to have him in the lineup tomorrow. Alanis Martin. Do some running tomorrow, run the bases, and Felix Hernandez eligible to come off the DL on the 12th, but no guarantee or no real word or definitive word on when he'll get his next start.
And the Mariners have really missed those 3 guys. I mean, you look at Marte, the shortstop, and then of course Martin in center field, the defense up the middle, and your ace. So hopefully we'll get them all back healthy soon.
And when you consider that, the fact that they've been able to stay close and go 1-3 in this road trip, 3-5 this last week, people might be in a little bit feel a little bit down about this ball club, but considering that they've missed those key guys, it's not that bad.
No, it's not. And again, it starts with the starting pitching. The guys have struggled, but I think they'll get it back together again. It'll certainly help to have Felix back in the rotation. But in the meantime, you have injuries. You have to stay afloat, and that's what the guys are trying to do right now.
Yeah, Scott Service was asked that very question about missing those guys at the minute. I said not to slight the guys that are out there, but talking about Martin, an elite defender. Marte has come along, been very dependable. First pitch of the ball game, Nori Aoki looks at strike 1. Home plate umpire Jim Wolf, Nick Lentz at first, Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief, at second, and Eric Cooper at third. Bounce foul. Jim Wolf, anything in particular we should be aware of here today?
I think for Wolf behind the plate, he's fair. He's going to call the pitches that are in that box. When you see the tracer, he will call them, but he's not going to give you pitches off the edges of the plate.
0-2 to Nori. 5-hole stop there by Holland. Just gets him. Nice play. Holland breezed against the Mariners earlier this season in Seattle on April 12th. He went 6 2/3 in an 8-0 victory.
It's interesting you're talking about starting pitching, and for Holland, his struggles, and you mentioned in April. In April, opponents hit just .206 against him. In the month of May, .347. So a lot of his off-speed pitches have been up in the zone. Hopefully that'll be the case today, and the Mariners can take advantage of it.
Hot hitter here in Franklin Gutierrez, riding a 10-game hitting streak. Looks at strike 1.
Pretty good fastball in the inside corner, and you can take a look at the numbers. ERA 2.48 in April, 7.61 in the month of May. We talked about the opponent's batting average at .440 against his off-speed pitches. So it's been a struggle.
That was a good off-speed pitch right there to go 0-2 to Goody.
Look at that last off-speed pitch. Yes, it was on the corner, but it was up in the zone. And talking to people from the Rangers, they said that's been part of his issue, trying to get the ball down.
And quick dismissal of Mr. Gutierrez, 2 down.
Good fastball at the top of the strike zone.
Check out, of course, like cold hard facts, and it concerns Robinson Cano having MVP type numbers. Reached base safely in 33 consecutive games, a career best, longest active in the bigs, and in that time 326, 29 runs. He's second to Ortiz in RBIs in the American League, tied for third with Ortiz in home runs, tied for sixth with Desmond with 41 hits, and tied for third extra base hits with 31. Sensational.
They don't quite have the shift on with him hitting, but they're playing him to pull. Odor, the second baseman, out on the grass in right field. You see Andrews, the shortstop, playing up the middle, and Beltre well off the line at third.
Fooled badly there. And you got to believe, you were talking about Holland's off-speed pitches getting pounded. Athlete's pride. I'm sure he wants to get that thing established here tonight.
And he's a guy that has been around and has had a lot of success. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I'm sure he's been working on it in his bullpens. That was a pretty good slider off the outside corner.
2 outs, nobody on. 0-2 to Robbie. Ball 1.
When he gets 2 strikes on hitters, he'll still use his fastball about 60% of the time, and he likes to go to his slider, especially to the left-handed hitters.
Here's the 1-2. Good foul. Fielded nicely by Casey Kendall, the first base coach. There's Casey. Beautiful day here, 86 degrees here in Arlington, Texas. Derek Holland, 29 years old, out of Newark, Ohio. And Robbie fooled on that one. Good start for Holland. See if Iwakuma can match that kind of early efficiency as Holland gets it done on 11 pitches. Rangers coming to bat. The Mariners could use a winning performance from Hisashi Iwakuma, and he's been on a winning track lately, winning his last 3 starts. Let's see if he can make it number 4 against this lineup.
He and Desmond hitting second in the lineup. 7 hits in the 2 games in this series. Beltre and Odor both good numbers against Iwakuma, and Elvis Andrus in last night's ball game had 3 hits, scored 3 runs, and 3 RBIs, so this lineup has been hot.
Rangers 4th in batting, 3rd in scoring, 5th in hits, and 9th in home runs. Mariners are number 1 in home runs. Here's Kuma's numbers. Jurickson Profar leading off, DHing. A DH'd in last night's game. A couple of hits.
Having a good series, 4 for 9 with a home run.
That one smoked. Center field, base hit.
Take a look at the Mariners defense, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Stephen Romero will get the start in left field. Aoki had last night off back in center field. Deho Lee against the left-hander will start at first base, and Chris Iannetta will do the catching.
Standing here right now, a guy's having a dynamic run. Ian Desmond tied for third with 22 multi-hit games, tied for third in stolen bases, tied for ninth in hits, third in home batting average. I mean, he is on fire. He's got 15 doubles.
You talk about those numbers, Dave, and he basically gave away the first 3 weeks of the season when he was struggling. So the last month and a half have been really good for him. 7 hits in this series.
And he will run, too. He's 11 out of 12 in stolen bases. Need an atom ball at turn 2. Both Desmond and Profar are fast runners. Iwakuma last time out beat San Diego last Sunday. 7 innings of 5 hit, 4 run ball. Actually, that was Tuesday of this week. Who could forget being swept last weekend by Minnesota at home?
Really good fastball by Iwakuma, well located. If he can stay in that area of the tracer, he's going to be in good shape this afternoon. Talked about it throughout this series. It's a fast field. The infield is fast. The outfield, the ball get through the gaps quickly. And one other thing for today, you mentioned it, 86 degrees, David, pushing 90 by the time they're done here. That infield is going to dry out. Watched them water it down and put a lot of water on it, but you can already see some dry spots out there. Just take a look at Desmond the last 3 months. April 229, May 345, and you can see what he's done in June, hitting 500 in the 3 games.
His body language is even different from when we saw him the first time. Remember he was jumping at balls?
Wasn't seeing the ball at all, and Mariners were able to take advantage of that. That's not the case anymore. And he's handling everything. Pitches up in the zone, down, off the plate, away. He is locked in. Have to be careful with him.
Straight up on the infield. And in the outfield, 2-2 pitch time called. Toma taking his time, got a runner on. 2-2 pitch. Counts run full. On deck hitter Nomar Mazara.
Iwakuma, his fastball on average this year has been about 88 miles an hour. You know about his split. One of the things that's been interesting, he's using his slider more. It's been a good pitch for him.
Could use a good one here. 3-2. Profar takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. And dropped by Sardinus. They might have had him.
I think they're going to call interference. Jim Wolf immediately. And send him back. Looked like Desmond went down to a knee. I'm not sure that he went out over the plate. Take a look at the replay. Kuma's going to get the strikeout. It's a pretty good split.
Yeah, he got his left shin guard.
Yeah. Ended up getting tangled up in the bat on the follow through.
Yep.
And actually his foot too. Bannister doesn't like it. Out of the dugout. He's going to argue with Jim Wolf, but he sent him back.
Crew Chief Gary Cederstrom has joined in.
Bannister doesn't like it, but he's going to lose the argument. I'll bring up Nomar Mazara, dangerous hitter. Tied for the team lead in home runs with Beltre, both of them with 10. Mazara hitting .306.
Another great young hitter that the Rangers run out this season. And Sin-Shu Chu is still working his way back. Chu off to a bad start. 188 in 6 games for a bunch of injuries. Strike 1, 2, Mazara.
I really like that in the full count. Iwakuma went to his split, did not give in to Desmond. Their lineup in this series, they have not missed too many fastballs.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled off. Strikeout, catcher's interference on Desmond. And now an 0-2 count here to Mazara with Beltre on deck. And you'd rather have Beltre leading off. He leads the American League in runners, batting average, runners in scoring position at 400. Rangers have 10 extra base hits here in this series. Center field for Aoki. 2 down.
Talking about runners in scoring position, the Rangers as a team are hitting an even .300 coming into this game.
I saw that. We haven't seen that since the Cardinals a couple of years ago in St. Louis. Remember that? Was it .342? It's an insane number. There's Beltre.
See the 5 RBIs. Picked all 5 of them up in the first game of this series on Friday night.
0 for 4 with the walk last night. Beltre, .310 career hitter against Iwakuma with 3 home runs. Strike 1. Beltre looked like he was asking a question that you and I have talked about before. That's how far we're going today?
Something along those lines.
Koeman needs to go to Greg Maddox route. Just wear it out there. Jamie Moyer. That's where we're going. Just wear it out.
Stay there.
Comes a 1-1. Adrian with 2 outs and a man aboard. He's trying.
And you can see what I was talking about with Jim Wolf. Good umpire. If it's on the corner at the bottom of the strike zone, he will give you the call, but anything that's off the plate, you're not going to get. The important thing for Iwakuma is that low strike, and he will call it.
So 2-1. So Jimmy could be made to order for Iwakuma.
Yes, I think this is all pitchers want that low strike, but he consistently calls it. And when you have a day like this in this ballpark where it's going to be 90 degrees, the ball's going to fly, so you have to pitch down in the zone.
Seager, Sardinas, Cano, and Lee in the infield. Romero, Aoki, and Cruz in the outfield with Iannetta behind the plate. Kuma working 2-2 here to Beltre. Fouled off. Beltre co-leader in home runs on the Ranger Ball Club with Mazara, both with 10. Beltre leads in RBIs. He's got 40. Pitch number 6 here is at bat for Beltre. Marco Estrada no-hitting Boston in the 7th now for Toronto. 5-0 Blue Jays up at Fenway Park. Kuma trying to post a 0 here in the 1st inning. Struck him out. Just what the Mariners needed. Hang that 0 in the 1st frame. Breathe a little bit easier. Nelson Cruz, Dae-Ho Lee, Kyle Seager coming up when we return here to Arlington, Texas, as the Mariners try salvage a game in this 3-game series. On Root Sports, being brought to you by your local Ford stores. By the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Master of Laughter Sinbad, July 30th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Globe Life Park, Arlington, Texas. Nelson Cruz leads off. Cruz, Lee, and Seager, 4, 5, and 6 in the order. So you had Dae-Ho Lee as your radio pick to click.
Why not? He has been hot. Yeah, I had Lee. He had his average up to 319 now with the 8 home runs and 20 RBIs. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spot you the 1st inning today. Who would you pick today? You were hot when you were over on the radio side.
I went 3 out of 4. I couldn't believe it either.
And more importantly, the Mariners were winning ball games. So let's get you back in the game.
Let me go with Iannetta. He's got a 4-game hitting streak. That looks pretty hot to me. 6 for his last 17. I'll take it. 8 for 22 against Holland.
Yep.
Cha-ching.
With a home run. It's a good pick.
There's Chris.
Good night last night. 3 for 4, a couple of doubles.
Mariners need an attitude win today. Slicing fly ball right field from Rizara. 1 down. Get that attitude win. Come home tomorrow and start a homestand against a good Cleveland ball club. They've been really moving up in the standings. In fact, they have 1st place starting today by half game over Kansas City. And then play these Rangers next weekend. And
they're playing Kansas City and been able to beat them the last couple of nights. Mariners will have them for 4 games. The Indians have really been swinging the bats.
Dae-Ho, first pitch swinging, pops it up. I thought they were playing their game. They weren't. They both wanted it. Andrus comes up with it, 2 down. Take a look at the Mariners' upcoming calendar, brought to you by Sleep Train. Be home for several cups of coffee, and then you're going to need a whole coffee truck and a wagon, like for that next road trip. Tampa Bay 3, Boston 3, Detroit 4.
Yeah, you're right, but they need to take care of that homestand. As you look at 7 games at home, 4 against Cleveland, and then these Rangers will be in next weekend.
Mariners are 12-14 at home, 19-10 on the road. Here's Kyle Seager, tied for 9th in the American League in RBIs. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but see the Cardinals on that list. They're just 2 games over 500. Good opportunity to jump on that ball club, although they're still pretty good on the road at 15-11. That's hooking foul. His comfort level, first of all, the month of June's been fabulous. It's only June 5th, but his comfort level in this ballpark is just astounding.
For whatever reason, it's like that for players, that there'll be a ballpark on the road, maybe 2, where they just, for whatever reason, are comfortable, as you said, see the ball well.
The air is right. I mean, everything's working. Fouled that one into the glove of Bobby Wilson, in another economical inning for Derek Holland. 11 in the first inning, 8 here, a scoreless ball game. Brought to you by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. And by Paint Your Wagon, playing June 2nd to the 25th. Tickets at fifthavenue.org. Good vittles here in Texas. Last night, I guess these are preparing to be wrapped in bacon. Ned Odor to lead off. Back from the 7-game suspension and lifts one center field. Nori coming on, and he's got it. One away.
Take a look at Aoki. Sliding catch. Excellent concentration as he looks it all the way into his glove. And difficult today with the sun the way it is. So the outfielders have their work cut out for them, but a fine play by Aoki.
There's Moreland, .219 career hitter against Iwakuma. And the flags starts today, Mike. Look at that.
Typically the wind will blow here, and you see the flags today. Warm day. The ball's going to carry. Stay out of the middle of the plate.
Oh, 1 to Moreland. Oh, good pitch.
Rangers are 9th in home runs. You take a look at this last pitch. Mariners are 1st in home runs.
Kuma posting a 0 in the first inning. Mariners have had their troubles lately, and a strike 3 called to Moreland. He's gone. 3rd K for Kuma, and quickly 2 outs here in the 2nd inning. 3rd strikeout for Sashi Iwakuma. Enjoy great Mariner baseball and a great deal when you head to Safeco Field Tuesday. 7:10 start time against the Indians. First 11,500 fans. They're going to get a voucher good for up to half off 2 tickets on Alaska Airlines. Some restrictions do apply, so log on to mariners.com/Alaska Air for details. Wind blowing out of the north at 13 miles an hour here. Elvis Andrews.
Off to a good start this year with the Rangers, hitting .298 the start of this game. Just 2 home runs on the year. He hit 1 of them in last night's ball game. Drove in 3 runs and scored 3 times.
He jacked up his runners in scoring position. Batting average to .366, tied for 9th in the league. Right at Seager. Yes, it's. Woo! Can't hit any better than that. 6-pitch inning for Iwakuma. Sanders gives a hard look at Seager. Seager's just defending himself, for crying out loud. Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Next opponent for the Mariners, the Cleveland Indians. Francisco Lindor finished 2nd in the Rookie of the Year balloting to Carlos Correa, making his first trip to Safeco Field to see what he's done. And we missed Josh Tomlin last time we saw the Tribe. Mariners took 2 out of 3, and Tomlin 8-1 record. He's scheduled to start on Thursday. Here's Chris Iannetta. Derek Collins so far, through the first 2 innings, 19 pitches, struck out 3. Down the line, that's a fair ball. Here's my pick to click.
Off to a good start.
Jumping on it is Hoying out there. He'll hold Iannetta to a leadoff single.
Saw a similar play in last night's ball game as Iannetta hit the ball right down the line. Eric Cooper, the third base umpire, calls it fair, and unfortunately it hits the short wall that's down there. Instead of getting all the way down the corner, it kicks back out to the left fielder Hoying so he could hold him to a single.
There's Stephen Romero, the left fielder, batting in the 8 hole. Fouls went off. He was part of the historic 7th inning in San Diego a few nights ago.
A lot of big hits in that inning. Steppen had one of them. Solid line drive base hit.
Serving number 9, serving number 10. Just take a ticket, boys.
That was a lot of fun.
On 1 to Romero. Ripped it up down at Tacoma.
He had a really good spring. Put up his numbers in Tacoma and was rewarded with a call up.
358, 39 games. 1-1 pitch.
He had a pretty good swing at that changeup, and you can see it was elevated out over the plate. That's where Derek Holland has been having his issues, his off-speed pitches with his curveball and his changeup.
In that 7th inning on Thursday in San Diego, he came in as a pinch hitter, kept the line moving. Up and in on him. Two and two. Infield and outfield straight up for Romero. 2-2 from Holland. Foul ball. Mariners here in the early season against the Texas Rangers now 3-5. They go 1-2 in Seattle and 2-3 here.
Dad's going to hold on to that ball for a while. They were worried he was going to throw it back in the field.
Seen a lot of that lately.
Yep.
Little kids throwing it back. 2-2. Good breaking ball again. One away here in the 3rd. That's a 4th strikeout for Derek Holland. We're going to provide the fireworks. You provide this soundtrack. Friday special sing-along edition of Fireworks Night with the Mariners and Root Sports. Put on a big show. Sing to some of the classic karaoke songs. So get warmed up by getting your tickets right now at Mariners.com. Luis Sardinas, the shortstop. Hitting at 207, 2 home runs. First one was here, the opening series. Driven in 5. 1 for 3 in last night's game.
After the first inning, Holland had a couple of strikeouts, and the Mariners been pretty aggressive with his fastball early in counts, and I think that's a pretty good idea. Missed with that changeup. I think that's a pretty good idea because he's had issues with his off-speed pitches, and you can take his fastball away and make him throw those pitches more often. Might be able to take advantage of that.
1-1 to Sardinas. Bat went flying. Odor back flip and safe as Sardinas get good speed. It's a slow developing play, but nicely turned by the boys up the middle, Odor and Andrus.
Odor decided to go with the no-look flip. A little bit high for Andrus.
Do what you got to do. In recent last couple 3 years, Brandon Phillips has probably been the best at that no look on difficult plays where he's got to get rid of the ball quickly. Try to get a force to even give yourself a chance for a double play. There's Nori.
Okie had last night off. Sean O'Malley played center field, back in the lineup today.
He whizzed that one by Beltre. He was playing up close, about a half a step on the grass. Marco Estrada's got a no-no through 7, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Blue Jays lead at the Red Sox 5-0. I know Sardinas has not played a lot, but I thought he'd have more attempts than 2. He's 1 out of 2 in base stealing so far. This is his 23rd game. Andrus will throw over. Retires Nori, and that'll do it for the Mariners in the third. No runs, a hit. No errors, and a man left. No score here in Arlington. Mariners trying to get a win here, go home happy, and open up a homestand. Sound Transit's new Link Light rail stations, they're open on Capitol Hill and at the UW. Now that deserves a foam-fingered high five. Plan your trip at soundtransit.org. Left fielder Jared Hoying leads off against Iwakuma and looks at strike 1. Hoying's been a farmhand since 2010 season. This is 9th game. Iwakuma's ahead 0-2.
Just 24 pitches for Iwakuma through the first 2 innings. Right now 26 total, 20 strikes, throwing a lot of strikes this afternoon.
Popped up. Iannetta, good hustle, can't get it. Chris has been an outstanding addition to this ball club.
Yeah, he has. I didn't think he was going to be close to that pop-up.
Yeah, he showed some good quicks.
Yeah, he did.
Punch foul. Hoying, all-star performer in the Mid-American Conference at the University of Toledo. He's looking to see if he was related to Bobby Hoying, who quarterbacked Ohio State for a while and played for the Eagles and a few other teams in the NFL. But no listing of said. Swing and a miss, got him. Strikeout number 4 for Iwakuma. 1 down here in the 3rd.
It looks like he's going to get him on the split. Ran it off the outside corner, more importantly keeping it down in the zone.
Kuma trying to get his 4th consecutive victory, his career best 7 consecutive wins. Been an interesting season for Bobby Wilson. Opened the season at Toledo. Contract purchased by the Tigers. And then acquired by Detroit from Texas on March 29th. And here he is back with the Rangers. Previously, we'd seen him with the Angels and with Tampa Bay.
He's played well, hitting .288. Hitting 9th in the lineup.
Kuma's got him 1-2. Wilson coming back here to Texas in early May. He flips this one down the line. That's going to get foul. The Bobby Wilson story comes from Detroit 3rd of May. Then at Detroit on the 8th and against Toronto here. He had 2 grand slams in a week. He's the backup Ionetta down at the with the Angels. Seager throws him out. Top of the order and Jurickson Profar. Make sure you join us Tuesday during the Mariners game for Twitter Tuesday. You're going to have 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter throughout the ballgame. We're going to be posting questions. Want to hear from you. So be sure to follow us, watch us. Follow us on Twitter, rootsports_NW. For giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com. Great off-speed pitch at 68 miles an hour by Iwakuma.
Slow curveball, took a lot off of it. Profar, one of the Rangers in the lineup that really has taken advantage of hitting the fastball. First time I've hit a fastball in the center field. Solid line drive base hit.
Iwakuma 7 of 10 first pitch strikes. And he's quickly ahead here 0-2. Profar, a switch hitter, a .393 hitter. Lefty, .333. Right-handed, of course, limited action. This is 38th game. Check that, his 9th game, big part, 9th game.
Yeah, 38 at-bats for him on the year.
All in 2 strikes. Kuma with 4 strikeouts, has not walked anybody. And he racks up another strikeout. He's feeling good and looking good. 5 strikeouts through 3. Mariners and the Rangers, a couple of goose eggs up on the board. Root Sports being brought to you by Country Financial. Visit ownyourfuture.com. And by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy. nwhealthy.org. Globe Life Park, 22 years old, and it's already seen its limitations. It'll be here another 3-4 years tops. They're going to build another one here in Texas. Right? I was told well beyond the right field wall here. Still be close by to AT&T Park. Goody leading off, Cano and Cruz to follow.
You can see the starters comparison first time through the lineup. For both starters have really pitched well, both of them being efficient. Iwakuma with 5 strikeouts, Holland with 4, each of them giving up just 1 hit.
That Marco Estrada no-hitter broken up by Chris Young in Boston with a home run. It's now 5-1 Toronto. Two balls, 2 strikes, and Franklin Gutierrez looking to extend his hitting streak to 11 ball games. Holland's looked a lot better than what I anticipated after seeing some of those other numbers coming into today's game.
Well, he's a veteran pitcher, and I'm sure he's had to put in a lot of work. Good battle here by Gutierrez. Already 6 pitches in this at bat. Put in a lot of work in his bullpens in between starts, trying to figure things out because May did not go well for him. Pitched really well in April, but he looks like he's healthy. His fastball velocity has been good at 93, 94 miles an hour. And for the most part, his off-speed pitches, which had been up in the month of May, been able to keep him down in the zone and on the corners.
Took a lot off of that. Goody sends it down the right field line, foul. Boy, get some distance on that.
Had enough. That looked like a changeup up in the zone, 82 miles an hour. You can see it on the EQC tracer.
Pitch number 8 coming up.
There you go, 40 pitches, 30 strikes.
Up high. Holland's got a 4-4 record, a 4.78 ERA. One of the wins here. Check that, is in Seattle. 8-0 victory. He breezed in that one. Goody with a 3-2 count. And he's aboard. Well, the Mariners on the base runner. Iannetta got a base hit in the 3rd. Saturday is K-Beach-Town night. Mariners will host the Rangers, 7:10 start time. This giveaway looks just like the Kings Court K-Card. It's free to the first 15,000 fans. So stop by a Mariners team store or go online to mariners.com for tickets. First walk brings up Robinson Cano, strikeout victim on a 1-2 pitch. Broken bat, slow roller. Odor gets the lead runner. Cano beats the return throw.
Able to break his bat on a good fastball, probably just off the inside corner. He just saws it in half. 91 miles an hour.
Ooh. Boy, that's ugly.
Such a strange feeling as a hitter when that happens to you. You're so used to having the weight of the barrel of that bat, and all of a sudden it just takes off. You're standing there holding what's left of your bat.
Strand of uncooked spaghetti.
Nelson Cruz flew out to right field his first time out.
At 1 for 10, the one was a home run last night. Third inning, center field, 109 miles an hour exit velocity. One to Cruz. Inside. Cruz in familiar environs. He was with the Rangers from 06 through the 13 season.
There is a huge hole on the right side of the infield. Odor playing up the middle. Moreland, the first baseman, obviously holding on. Cano at first.
Jeff Bannister, American League Manager of the Year. Rangers winning the division.
Boy,
that's hit well, deep left field. It is out of here. Boom, stick, baby. Nelson Cruz, a two-run jack, got it on a 3-1 pitch, and the Mariners have the lead. He's something, isn't he?
Was leaned on. The players would talk about it in the dugout when they hit home runs, about backlegging the home run, and that's exactly what Nelson Cruz did. His 13th home run of the year. And I think that would have hit the back wall of the bullpen, except for a fan ends up catching it, and this ball right in the middle of the plate, and you can see him just lean back on it. Tremendous amount of power. He barrels it up.
That
stays behind it. That is beautiful is what it is.
Dale Lee, off-speed pitch.
I've seen a lot of home runs in this ballpark, and I think I've only seen one hit that back wall. It was Jose Canseco years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that one would have hit the back wall, except for a fan was able to reach over the railing and make the catch.
Dale pops one up, going back. Andrus calling off Hoying. Makes the catch. Now watch what the fan does here. He uses his hat.
That is amazing that he was able to hold on to his hat. Good catch all the way around. You can see 447 feet, 114 miles an hour on the exit velocity.
Wow. That's one you just like to sit back and look at.
It was pretty.
Two hits in this series. 447. Yesterday was 4 bills. It's 800 feet worth of home run. 800 feet plus.
850.
I'm in. I'm in. I'll sign. Mariners have the lead 2-0. Pitch number 20 coming up here. Back Seager off. Those balls stay hit, don't they? From Cruz?
Oh.
Like to keep that one fair. And you've hit some long ones yourself, and you were around guys that hit. But I mean, for you, I'm thrilled as a guy who's been watching it all my life. You as a player, that's got to be like you totally dig it, right?
I love it.
Ground ball, Odor's got it. Throws out Seager. A true highlight in the fourth. Mr. Cruz goes deep again. A two-run shot, and the Mariners have the lead here in Texas. Behold. again. Nelson Cruz. Two-run homer. Mariners lead. Dave Valley joins us right now. He lived through the Howard Cosell era. You know what I'm talking about. How about Iwakuma? He got the 0 up on the board in the first inning. The Mariners have the lead here, Val.
Hey, Val, one of the things I've noticed from him, too, and probably after watching the Rangers the last couple of nights, he seems to be throwing his off-speed pitches quite a bit here in the early going because the Rangers have been all over the fastball in this series.
Val, got to ask you about Cruz. If that guy didn't stick his hat out, that ball's hitting the back wall. If you played here for a while, you see anybody go back wall?
Right fielder, no more.
Oh, that was fun to watch, Val. Hey, Val, real quick, can you talk a little bit about Chris Iannetta? 3 hits last night, a couple of doubles, a double in this one, or a base hit to start off today, and maybe just talk about the job he's done behind the plate and how difficult it can be to be a consistent hitter when you're catching every day.
All right, Val, look forward to hearing you and Angie on the Mariners post-game show presented by Delta Airlines at the conclusion of this ball game. Thanks so much. 2-0 on the Cruz. 2-run homer. Here's Beltre, struck out his first time. Strike one, Adrian. He's got 3 career home runs against Iwakuma. It looked like he was going for number 4.
It looked like a pretty good cutter from Iwakuma. He's really mixing it up today, and I think that's a great idea. Most important, he's been able to locate.
Strike 2.
And you look at him so far, he's thrown 46 pitches, only 9 balls, 37 strikes.
That's extraordinary. At any time, any place. 0-2 to Beltre. Could not entice him.
It's a good pitch, though. That's where he wanted to throw his slider down and off the plate. See if he can get him to chase him ahead 0-2.
Struck him out. Iwakuma on top of his game. 7 strikeouts. He needed just 10 pitches to mow through here in the 4th inning. Good stuff from number 18, Asashi Iwakuma. 2-0 Mariners. monster home run into the Mariner bullpen. For Cruz's 13th home run, RBIs 39 and 40. Chris Iannetta leading off. Chris with a base hit his first time up, extended his inning streak to 5 ball games. Be followed by Romero and Sardinas. Holland, first pitch strikes today, 11 out of 16. Two and one.
Dave, you and I have talked about it over the years, but I have so much respect for catchers and their ability to hit. If you think about it, and for me, I spent a spring training basically catching as the emergency catcher. And I mean, your legs are just gone.
Right.
And then you think about your hands getting beat up all the time. And then you have to go up there and try to concentrate and still hit. It's a difficult thing to do. Very, very tough. And
on the whole mental thing you have to go through, knowing who's out there. Each guy's different.
Right.
That's
well,
a whole
your concentration is on your guys and getting them through their inning. And half the time he's probably going into the dugout as he is right now, hitting here in the 5th inning. And as he goes in the dugout, probably the pitching coach wants to talk to him and the pitcher wants to talk to him, and he's trying to get his batting gloves on to go hit. It's difficult.
Service can relate. He was a catcher as Iannetta works a walk. Second walk issued by Derek Holland. Time for a Geico This Date in MLB history. Take you back to 1995. Mr. Randy Johnson fires a 3-hit shutout in Baltimore. Mariners win 2-0. Jay Buhner hit a home run in that contest. No doubt CJ on Tuesday when we get home. That'll be game 2 of the series against the Cleveland Indians. Nice clean catch by a fan in mid-deck to our right.
Seeing that note with Randy and the 3-hit shutout, watching him that year was unreal. He was as dominant as anybody I've ever seen and intimidating.
He used that intimidation quite well. And I've heard you guys tell stories about if pitcher the opposing pitcher the day before was coming in, roughing guys up on the inside, and he would be standing up saying, "Hey, I'm pitching tomorrow, pal."
The guys in the lineup, they would get their pitcher's attention and say, maybe we don't want to pitch Junior in there quite as hard as you are today. Leave him alone, because they knew that Randy was going the next day.
Speaking of Mr. Griffey, 49 days from now, he goes into the Hall of Fame, July 24th. Skied this one to left.
Just
Poings out there, yes indeed. So one away, one on. Luis Sardinas. Hey, cure your Monday blues and catch Mariners baseball at Safeco Field. Mariners kick off a 7-game homestand starting tomorrow night, 7:10 start time. Fans, you're able to score a select view level seat for one low price as part of BECU Family Night. Pick up tickets at mariners.com. I can see the Mariners get on a roll here, get a win here today, come home, rack up some W's. Just 2 games out starting today behind these Texas Rangers. Sardinas reaching a fielder's choice first time up.
Yeah, that would be great. Win this game today, get on the plane knowing that these Rangers are coming to your ballpark next weekend. Only down a game to them.
Two 2-0 to Luis. Ketel Marte expected to make a return to shortstop tomorrow. Leonis Martin on Friday against the Rangers. No definitive word as to when Felix Hernandez will be back in the starting rotation. 2-0.
Well, the good news with that is we'll be home, so Felix will have his energy around the club and the ballpark, and that'll be great to see him. I'm sure the guys miss him in the dugout.
Martin will probably go out and play a couple of games midweek, but he'll have Martin's energy and Felix's energy. They said everybody has cited Martin on this road trip. Scott Service made a smart decision. Hey, you got to come on this trip.
Yeah.
He has been the life, kept the electricity going in that dugout. I know Cano was telling me when they were down 10 the other night in San Diego, that's when things, he kept the guys up. Here's Leonese with Wade Miley. Kyle Seager off his recent haircut. Good battle by Sardinas. Holland, an Ohio guy, got to pitch his home state his last time out. He beat Cleveland 9-2 on May 30th. Two and two. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout number 5 for Holland. 2 away. Don't forget, stick around after the game. Mariners post game presented by Delta Airlines. Angie Mentink, Dave Valley. We'll have all the information and interviews. Brad Adam will get some post game comments from the guys. It'll be about a W as we look forward to Cleveland coming into Seattle. Scott Service and the boys trying to come home with a win here today. Third time around. Here's Nori. A couple of ground outs so far. Chopper to Odor. Throws him out. And that'll do it. Bottom 5 coming up. A 2-0 Mariner lead. Yeah, oh, we can attest. Best performance we've seen from Iwakuma. That's a fine bunt. Dejo missed him. Safe. Base hit.
Great effort by Lee. Iwakuma saw him square around. He was going towards the third baseline is the reason why he wasn't able to get down the line. I'm not sure he would have beat Odor anyway. But well-executed bunt by Odor, leading this inning off. You can see Iwakuma break towards the third base line. Hideo Lee, the only chance he has is to put a tag on him, just out of his reach.
You know what I thought was effective by Odor? He gave a leg kick like he was going to swing and then took it with him. That ends a run of 12 consecutive hitters retired. Kuma gave up a profar base hit to open up the Rangers first, then retired the next 12 until this. Cano, they get the lead runner, and safe is Moreland. It's played by Robbie.
They had the shift on, so Sardinius had to hustle to get to the bag. Wasn't able to get a lot on this throw, and Moreland able to beat it out, but a good play by Cano going to his left. Bring up Andrews.
Elvis today, hard line drive to Seager. Ended the second inning. A base hit by Odor, the second base hit today by the Rangers.
Iwakuma, leadoff base hit to Profar to start the game, and then he retired 12 in a row.
Quality pitch, 1-1. Trying to live down there all day. 2-1. Moreland not a base stealing threat at first base. Outfield straight away for Elvis Andrews, the shortstop. 2-1. Changing speeds, location's been good. Find out in here for Iwakuma trying to win his 4th consecutive ball game.
And you can see on the EQC tracer using both sides of the plate. They've done a good job keeping him off balance, not falling into any patterns at all.
Got a 2-2 pitch here. Full count. So Mitch Moreland's at first. Jared Point is on deck. He struck out, leading off the 3rd. Just the 3rd 3-ball count so far this afternoon for Iwakuma.
Yeah, on that last pitch, it looked like a split that slipped out of his hand.
Checks the runner. 3-2 pitch to Andrews. Runners goes, and a slow ground ball. They won't get anything. 26 on Sardinius, 1st and 2nd, 1 out.
The only play he was going to have was at first base, charging it, and it goes right off the heel of his glove.
about now, Kuma needs a good old-fashioned double play. Do put the shift on for Hoying. Ball one. Hoying called up on May 23rd from AAA Round Rock. One of the top hitters in the Pacific Coast League. Coming up, and he's got a 2-0 count now. Kuma in some tough waters right now. 2-0 lead on the Nelson Cruz home run. That was a NASA quality shot by Mr. Cruz. That's way foul. Pitch number 60 coming up.
Kuma's been really good about pitching in the bottom of the strikes, and that's one of the few pitches that he's elevated for the hitter. Let me make a pitch down and away from him, get him to roll over it, maybe get a double play.
Rangers in the series, runners in scoring position, 9 for 28. Two-one pitch. Upfield. Romero will cut it off. That'll pick up a run as Marlins scores. A 2-1 ball game. Hoying delivers for the Rangers, going to third. Elvis Andrus, RBI for Hoying, his third since his call-up.
Pretty good pitch on the outside corner, running away from him. That was a fastball. Slaps it the other way.
Brings up the catcher, Bobby Wilson, rounded out the third. One out, runners at the corners here. Bottom of the order doing some damage. Similar story last night. They got 5 runs, 7 runs from position 6 through 9 in the batting order in last night's game. Romero's got a pretty good arm. Andrus got good speed. This is shallow. He will not go. Yes, he is. He bluffed. He's coming. Here's the throw to the plate, and he scores. Baited a throw, and it worked out.
Well, you're going to take a look at it. Andrus is going to go maybe a quarter to a third of the way down the line. Romero doesn't think he's going to run. And as soon as he started to throw the ball in, he took off for home. There's a look at Andrus. Just kind of jogging like he's not going to go, and then he takes off. As soon as Romero gives up on the play, he takes off when he lobs it in. So a couple of mistakes in this inning have really cost the Mariners.
2 outs. Moving to second on the throw was Hoying. 2-2 ball game, top of the order, and a hot hitter in Jurickson Profar. 1 for 2. Deception, a big part of Andrus's game. It really worked well
seen
there.
that over the years. You're right.
No doubt.
For a long time, as far as shortstops go, we've talked about Eric Ibar with the Angels, and I think you have to put Andrus right there with him.
A lot of little things he can do. He can power it out. He's going to make a play in the infield for you. Counted 1-1 to Profar.
And the shame of it is Iwakuma is really throwing a nice ball game today. Unfortunately, there was an error and then that play cost him a couple of runs, and now he has a tie game.
Boy, proving once again he can't take anything for granted in this game. 1-1. Finds a hole. Here comes Hoying. He can run, and Romero overruns it. Digging for second, getting there safely is Profar, and the Rangers have a 3-2 lead. Picks up an RBI, and it'll be an E7 on Romero.
Hits it through the left side of the infield, and Romero will see if he lifts his head up when he's starting to field it. Well, he kept his head down. He just missed it.
On the bottom of the order doing some damage here. Add in Profar now. Some tough medicine. Cleveland's in town tomorrow. Stoudemire Jr. with a visit. CenturyLink brings you this matchup. Trevor Bauer against James Paxton. Paxton trying to rebound from a difficult performance just a couple of days ago.
So far, the Rangers 2 for 2 runners in scoring position. A couple of errors in the inning.
And Desmond 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Line drive. Hanging up for Aoki. Damage done in this inning as the Rangers score 3 times on 3 hits, 2 errors. Man left. 3-2 Texas. From Federal Way, Major in the United States Army. Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for joining us, you and the crew. Good to have you here at Globe Life Park. Tough inning for the Mariners in the 5th. 3 runs, 1 earned. A little chicanery pulled by Elvis Andrus. I mean, that's a veteran move what he did. Drew the throw, and he beat it.
He timed it perfectly.
He really did. Matter of fact, it's been a while since we've seen a play like that.
That's one of the reasons why an outfield coach will tell the outfielders to get the ball in quickly. Stephen held on to it for a split second. Didn't think he was going to go, and he timed his break to home perfectly.
Goody, Cano, and Cruz. Let's see if they can get it back. Bouncing ball, short hop played nicely by Beltre. 1 out.
Second baseman, Robinson Cano.
See if Cano can generate something here. He's reached base 34 consecutive times now. Got 1 out here in the 6th. Odor in short right field for Cano.
And you can see the defensive setup for the Rangers. See if Cano can get a base hit. Nelson Cruz waiting on deck.
Late again, 1-2.
A couple of elevated fastballs, 92, 93 miles an hour.
Cano's ready, 1-2, 1 out here in the 6th. Two. Hakeem Benoit heating up. Boy, tough break for you, cool. 7 strikeouts, no walks.
This might work.
Beltre's not going to get him. Base hit. There you go. Tying runs aboard. Squibber. Mr. Cruz, here he comes. And look at this. A fan kept this from going. Let's see, they called it 447. That had 467, 475 written all over.
I think I would have hit the back wall.
Yep. So over to back-to-back games for the 3rd time this season, 38th time in his career. That Cruz has homered in 2 or more consecutive games. Another note, 7 home runs against lefty pitchers this season. Leads the major leagues. Matt Kemp and Mark Trumbo each have 6. (1-0). There's a double play ball. And the inning is over. It is hard, but right to Elvis Andrus, Odor, and Moreland for your 6-4-3, 3-2 Rangers. Seattle Mariners baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by Money Tree, proud to make a donation of Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by Jack in the Box, it's back. The Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack. Taste it before it's gone at Jack in the Box. Downtown Dallas, Dealey Plaza. I interviewed for a job here one time, and went in this very same direction. I said, I've been here before. Then I realized I was going the opposite direction of the Kennedy motorcade from November 22, 1963, and it freaked me out. Coming out to interview with WFAA Dallas, where Vern Lundquist was at the time. And I went under that railroad bridge, and I went, oh my goodness. The grassy knoll was to my left. The book depository was to my left.
And you thought about all of that?
Oh, yeah. 5th grade, that news came through that JFK had been assassinated. It was horrible. But it was just so freaky that not having been there and having seen that whole area from a million times, all your life, and all of a sudden there it is. You're right there. 1-1.
Yeah. Made you feel like you'd been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really weird. That happened. That was in 1978. 1-2 here to Mazzara.
Pretty good pitches. Last pitch looked like it was right on the corner. Didn't get the call.
What a crazy game. Kuma gives up a leadoff base hit to Profar to open up the Rangers' first inning. Then retires the next 12 men. Then gives up 3 runs, only 1 earned. A couple of errors in the 5th. Texas takes the lead. This one taken care of by Sardinus. 1 out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
Sometimes you get in a series, Dave, and it doesn't matter what happens. If you make a mistake, the other team is going to take advantage of it. Sometimes you can get away with it, but in this series so far, that hasn't been the case. Whether it's been with a pitch in the middle of the plate instead of popping up or hitting it at somebody, it's finding a gap. You make a mistake in the field, then it costs you. And for Iwakuma, even after 3 runs, they've only had 4 hits.
Sardinus would love to have that plate back. He was going to get a force at first base. Instead, it's an E6 and 2 men are aboard.
Well, and those things are going to happen, but you're just not going to get away with them. Sometimes Iwakuma comes right back and you get another ground ball and the double play is turned and you get out of the inning. But we haven't seen any of that happening in this series.
And then one of the great examples of gamesmanship I've seen in a while. Elvis Andrus at 3rd, fly ball to left. He tags. Couple of casual steps off the bag. He sees Romero lob it in instead of throwing, and he takes off and he beats the throw. That's foul.
Well, even before that, you mentioned the error by Sardinus. Yeah, Hoying up there, who only came into the game with, I think, 14 at-bats on the year, and he comes up with a clutch base hit. Drove in the first run.
Two and 2. Beltre struck out at a 2-2 pitch and a 1-2 pitch in his first 2 plate appearances. Two pitch. Seager's got it. One Gold Glover throws out another Gold Glover. 2 outs. Mariners Kid Sunglasses Day. It's coming up Sunday, June 12. Mariners will be taking on these Rangers. Thanks to Aquafina, all kids 14 and under can pick up these cool shades just in time for summer. Tickets for the entire family are available at mariners.com. 2 outs, nobody on. Rougned Odor bunted his way on. Start the 5th inning.
And the Mariners have the shift on with him hitting. Came back from his 7-game suspension yesterday. Had a couple of hits in the ball game last night.
Shaping up to be a heck of a battle. Mariners and the Rangers, with Houston coming on too. He's got some sock. Hook foul. It does. Seven home runs for Odor.
That was on the curveball for me, Wakuma. That has not been a good pitch for him this year. Opponent's hitting .438, slugging .750 against his curveball.
Out in front, Daeho Lee takes it. Nice inning for Iwakuma. 1-2-3 in the 6th. Coming up for the Mariners, Daeho will lead it off, followed by Seager and Iannetta. Down a run. Game take you back to the 5th inning. Here's Romero making a catch. He hesitated. Elvis deked him, and Andrews scores. Head first slide, and then there's a base hit, and Romero overruns it. Another run scores. So a tough one. Their step out in left field. Mariners only down a run, 3-2. Broken bat pop. Andrews going back. Daeho has popped up 3 times to Andrews. First pitch swinging too. All 3.
Been aggressive on the fastball. He just hasn't been able to get the barrel to it. Jammed on all 3.
Kyle Seager strikeout and a ground out. 0 for 2.
Right-hander Matt Bush getting loose in the pen for the Rangers. Hard throwing right-hander.
Seager fouls one off. Kyle now 9 for 38 with a home run against Derek Holland. Fooled there. Mariners get their runs. A 4th inning 2-run shot by Nelson Cruz. 0-2 to Kyle. So 2 good pitching performances here today.
Mariners a couple of runs on just 3 hits this afternoon. 2-run homer by Cruz.
Ooh, he fooled him badly. 2 outs. Holland, his 6th strikeout.
And then the Rangers scoring 3 runs on just 4 hits.
Cleveland Indians coming to town. CenturyLink brings you the pitching matchups. Paxton against Bauer, Miley and Carrasco, Walker and Salazar, Carnes against Josh Tomlin. Tomlin 8-1. That's good pitching staff.
Chris Ionetta has been on base a couple of times, had a base hit in the 3rd, walked in the 5th.
Indians 3rd in team ERA. Chicago's #1, Toronto #2. Two and 1 to Ionetta. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Mullins staying at the top of the strike zone against Ionetta.
Chris extended his hitting streak to 5 games with a leadoff single to left, back in the 3rd. Crowd into it, hoping that Holland can record a strikeout. Ionetta straight away center field. Desmond, easy play, 1-2-3 in the 7th. Here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Stand by for God Bless America on this beautiful, sunny Sunday afternoon.
Will you please rise and direct your attention now to the area behind home plate and welcome Brady Honeycutt. In honor of all the veterans who have served our country and the servicemen and women who are currently stationed at home and around the world, Brady Honeycutt will now perform God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Check winning numbers, stretch, check winning numbers. It's all possible if you download Washington's Lottery mobile app. So play today. Back here in Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Park. Game 3 of a 3-game set. Mariners trying to salvage a win here in this series. And Masashi Iwakuma has upheld his end of the bargain, Mike.
Probably deserves a better fate than what he's getting so far. He's really pitched well in this game. He's had great command of his fastball. We've seen his split down out of the strike zone consistently, mixing in his slider. A couple of curveballs, but his split has been really good for him. And he's been efficient. 78 pitches, 57 strikes for Iwakuma. Working deep into this ball game, which is exactly what Scott Service and the Mariners needed.
And he posted a first inning 0 after a lot of difficulties the last few starts. Iwakuma gave up a first inning single, leadoff single by Profar to open up the Rangers' first inning, then retired the next 12 men before he gave up 3 runs, only 1 earned. This will be pitch number 80 here. Rich Moylan leading off. Short right field, Cano throws to Dejo late.
The shortstop,
Elvis Andrus today. Hard line drive to Seager in the 2nd inning into that frame, and then Rainstone an error by Sardinas. Took 3rd on a Hoying base hit, and then scored on a sacrifice fly in which he deked left fielder Stephen Romero. Very nifty play by the veteran Andrus, and scored a head-first slide. 3 runs in that inning, 1 earned. That was in the 5th. Bunt.
Matt Bush continues to throw in the pen for the Rangers, so Derek Holland now over 90 pitches, might be done.
Elvis rides one to left field to Romero and make the catch. Quick 2 outs. Fill out your 2016 All-Star Game ballot at Mariners.com on your computer, tablet, or smartphone, and send Robinson Cano to the Midsummer Classic. Vote up to 35 times. Just make sure to vote Cano at Mariners.com/vote. He certainly has earned it. Big RBI single for Jared Hoying last time up. Milwaukee going back. He's got plenty of run. 6-pitch inning for Iwakuma. He's been outstanding today. Get him some runs. 8th inning coming up. 3-2 Texas. run. Seth Smith is going to pinch hit for Stephen Romero. Meanwhile, Derek Holland, strong outing by big left-hander.
7 innings, just 3 hits, 2 runs. They were earned because of the 2-run home run by Nelson Cruz. A couple of walks, 6 strikeouts. He threw 92 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. Matt Bush going to take over. 10 appearances for him, a 1.80 ERA. 10 innings, 9 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Opponents hitting .275. Has yet to give up a home run. Hard throwing right-hander. Fastball mid-90s with a slider.
Here's Seth Smith. Pinch hitting for Romero, leading off the Mariners' 8th.
O'Malley on deck. He's going to pinch hit for Sardinius.
Matt Bush, 30 years old, out of San Diego. First base umpire Nick Lentz. Makes a fan happy. Mariners pinch hitting has been really good this year. Somebody looks at the pitch there. Second, did a double take at Jim Wolf. Good reason.
That pitch was off the plate. Mariners pinch hitters hitting .340 on the season.
Right swing. Swing's gone.
96 miles an hour on that last fastball. And O'Malley will hit for Sardinius. 96 above the belt.
Matt Bush has worked his way back to the major leagues, after serving 51 months. Drunk driving incident back in December of 12. Served, sentenced to 51 months, served 39, and the Rangers signed him upon his release. He's the guy that hit Bautista that started the whole fisticuffs with Odor.
Moreland is really playing deep at first base. O'Malley could take a bunt with him. Just get it past the pitcher, he'll have a base hit. .97 on that fastball.
He was a first overall pick, Matt Bush, by the Padres back in '04. Originally, he was a shortstop. Two.
Oki on deck.
Two pitch to O'Malley. Off the fifth. Mariners down a run as we play here in the top of the 8th. Strike 3 called. Quick 2 outs. Matt Bush strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. Look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Rangers starting the day a 2-game lead on the Mariners. Astros getting a little closer to 500. Three groundouts today for Nori. Matt Bush really throws hard, and if he can become consistent, be a big piece of what Texas wants to do. The bullpen to this point has not been as strong as they thought it would be due to injuries and some subpar performances.
And the Mariners bullpen busy. Montgomery and Vincent getting loose. Showing a good fastball today at 97 miles an hour. 10 innings, he has just the one walk.
We're trying to keep it going so Goody can swing the bat afterwards. Cano, Cruz, Bayho, Lee. Scooting over to, oh, off the glove. Oh, there's a break. Nori digging for second, and he's in there safely. What a break as Hoying looked like he had it covered and missed it. Tying run at second base.
It'll be an E7, and you're right. He was there to make the catch. Jumped up in the air at the last second. You can see him calling it. And it just goes right off the side of his glove. Good break for the Mariners. Aoki was running hard the entire way and was able to slide into second base.
Talking about capitalizing on things. There's an opportunity. Adam Lind off the bench to pinch hit. Going to bring out Jeff Bannister. He wants a lefty.
Jake Diekman getting loose in the pen. Hard throwing left-hander.
So we'll take a break. Be a big point in the game. Diekman can bring it. Lynn can hit a fastball. Let's hope he can ride one out of here. 3-2 Texas. Stores you can't find anywhere else. If you missed today's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. New pitcher is Jake Diekman.
25 appearances, a 1.77 ERA, 24 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 20 in a third. Opponent's hitting just 167. Good fastball. He'll be in the mid to upper 90s with his fastball and a hard slider. Adam Lind is going to pinch hit for Franklin Gutierrez.
One of the 2 home runs that Diekman gave up back on April 13th. Daeho Lee walked them off back home in Seattle. Breaking ball. First strike. Adam Lind 0 for 1 against Diekman. Aoki at second, 2 outs after the error by the left fielder, Jared Hoying.
And this is not a comfortable at bat for a left-handed hitter. Diekman is tall. He throws across his body, and he has 97. Started Adam off with a couple of sliders.
Came over with Cole Hamels in the trade with the Phillies. 1-1. Oof, that was a good cut. A little late.
95 on that fastball. Let's look at the swing on a fastball. Inner half. He had the barrel to it. He's fouled it back.
Ball and 2 strikes. Tying run at second. Struck him out. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Mariners trail 3-2. Big catch. A couple nice defensive plays here. Here's Nori Aoki with a sliding catch here. Mike, this is a good one.
It was early in the ball game, able to make that catch, take a hit away. And then Kyle Seager, stay on your toes. Line drive from Andrews. He had to drop his left leg so they had enough time to make the catch. That can be difficult daytime. A lot of white shirts in the stands. Difficult to see it sometimes. And Seth Smith, who pinch hit, will stay in the game at left field. And Sean O'Malley, the new shortstop.
Coming out of those white shirts for a third baseman to play like that, it's got to make
tough.
it murder.
Yep, very difficult. Iwakuma still in the ball game.
He's earned it. He's on a run now. He's retired the last 7 men that he's faced earlier. He retired 12 consecutive hitters from innings 1 through 4.
And that's why his pitch count is at 85 pitches. Very efficient this afternoon.
2-0 to Bobby Wilson, followed by Profar and Desmond, 9-1-2.
Mike Montgomery, Nick Vincent, both continue to throw in the pen for the Mariners.
He's 3-0. Sam Dyson heating up for Texas. Three and one. Marco Estrada had a no-no for Toronto against Boston. Toronto wound up holding on for a 5-4 victory. And there's ball 4, first walk issued by Kuma today.
Back to the top of the lineup. Profar 2 for 3 so far in this game.
Stoudemire Jr. on the horns. Under the pen, Montgomery. warming up out there. Iwakuma, first walk of the game. He struck out 7. We want you to join the conversation for up-to-date game info and live interaction. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Check us out. Stay connected with Root Sports. Houston beat Oakland 5-2. Here comes Scott Service, going to make a change. Angels won at Pittsburgh 5-4. So Iwakuma, valiant effort today. Snake bitten in the 5th. Couple of errors hurt him. Gave up 3 runs, only 1 earned as he was bidding for his 4th consecutive victory. Really nice job today by the big right-hander. Bottom of the 8th inning, and a big tip of the cap to Hisashi Iwakuma.
Really pitched well in this one. The Mariners certainly needed it. He went 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Only 1 of them was earned. 1 walk. That was the walk to start this inning. So he's responsible for Bobby Wilson, who's at first. 7 strikeouts, 89 pitches, 61 of those for strikes. Nick Vincent going to take over. 2-2 record, a 2.25 ERA. 30 strikeouts, only 4 walks in 24 innings. Opponents hitting .213 against Nick. Good fastball, right around 90 miles an hour. Mix in a cutter and a slider with it.
A tough hombre here. Jurickson Profar. 2 hits, an RBI, and a strikeout. Ball 1. Nick Vincent's been a revelation. Late pickup in spring training. And his road numbers, outstanding. Bounce foul.
Mike Montgomery continues to throw in the Mariner pen. I'll be getting ready for Mazzara. You have Desmond on deck. Mazzara after that as you take a look at Mike.
Mariners infield now: Seager, O'Malley, Cano, and Lee. Could use a double play. There's the 1-2 pitch. Right over the head of the on-deck hitter, Ian Desmond. Cleveland's delayed in Cleveland right now. It's 5-0. Middle of the 6th, leading Kansas City. Cleveland coming to Seattle tomorrow. Right in his track, Seth Smith. One away. It's being Desmond. He's 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice, fly to center. Mariners outfield now: Smith, Aoki, and Cruz. Oh, good pitch. Strike one.
It's an interesting matchup. Desmond with 7 hits in this series, 0 for 3 today. We've seen him get a number of hits hitting the ball into right field. Mentioned with Nick Vincent, he likes to use his cutter and slider, so he's going to try to keep the ball away from him. But Desmond, as hot as he's been, certainly has the ability to hit the ball the other way.
Jake Arrieta actually lost one today. Struck out 12. 3-2 Arizona with the victory. Right center field for Aoki. Arrieta now, his record falls to 9-1. His ERA at 1.80. Lost a 3-2 decision. Two outs.
Oh, Montgomery ready to go in the pen, but Scott Service is going to stay with Nick Vincent.
This series, here's what the Rangers have done. Lost the first series to the Mariners, won 9 consecutive here at home, 23-12 since April 26th. And they've got 4 games with the Astros beginning right here tomorrow. And they'll come to Seattle for 3. Should see some numbers move in the division.
You would think so.
After the Rangers leave Seattle, they'll go to Oakland for 4 and St. Louis for 3. Mazara 0 for 3, 0-1 pitch. 1-1.
Nick trying to keep the ball in on his hands with the cutter. First pitch cutter right on the corner, missed down with that last one.
Ball and 2 strikes. Mariners will have Cano, Cruz, and Lee coming up. Top of the 9th, down a run. And Vincent can keep it right here. He's ahead 1-2 to Mazara. Seager taking a look. No play.
Sam Dyson ready to go in the pen for the Rangers. Dyson pitched in the first game of this series. The new closer for the Rangers.
Here we go, 1-2. Muscled that one into right field. Base hit. First hit today from Mazara. Moving to second, Bobby Wilson.
Opening on top of a fastball up out of the strike zone. It jams him. Soft line drive into right. This will be the first time this afternoon that Adrian Beltre get a chance to hit with a runner in scoring position.
Leads the American League, batting average of 400 with runners in scoring position. First time Beltre is seeing Nick Vincent.
And the Rangers, as a team at the start of today, hitting an even 300 runners in scoring position. They are 2 for 3 this afternoon.
Here comes the 1-1 to Beltre. Taken outside. Two-one. It's a quality strike. Needs it badly.
That's being very careful.
Huge pitch. 3-1. 3-2. Adrian Beltre.
And a perfect pitch. Threw him a cutter right on the outside corner at the knees. See it on our EQC tracer, the location of that pitch.
Going to keep it a 3-2 ball game. The Mariners have 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the top of the ninth. Cano, Cruz, and Lee. American League leader in batting average with runners in scoring position. Nick Vincent deals 3-2. Foul back.
He's just staying with that cut fastball. That one more middle of the plate, able to get away with it.
Pitch number 20 for Nick coming up. Here we go, 3-2. Runners will take off. Pitch from Vincent. Playable. O'Malley's under it. Mariners down a run as we go to the ninth. Got the big boys, Cano, Cruz, and Dae-Ho Lee. Hopefully they can generate something here, get the Mariners a win, salvage win in this series. Here, Angie, 3-2 ball game. Texas in front here as we go to the top of the ninth, and Robinson Cano is going to lead it off.
Well, we have the right group of guys coming up. You have Cano, Cruz, Lee due up here in the ninth. They're going to face Sam Dyson, the right-hander, hard-throwing right-hander.
Robbie reaching base for the 34th consecutive time. Extended his hitting streak with a little squibber down the third baseline. Extended his hitting streak to 5 games. He is 0 for 1 against Sam Dyson, who's in his second year with Texas. Strike one.
All the outfielders playing deep. Moreland, the first baseman, right on the line, trying to take the double away.
Fouled it off. 0-2.
For Dyson, 28 appearances, 6 saves, and 7 opportunities. ERA just over 2. 22 strikeouts, 6 walks. Opponent's hitting .209. He's given up 1 home run.
0-2 to Cano. To Robbie. Line drive, right field, and it's caught. Hung up for Mazzara. He makes the play, 1 down.
Unfortunately, he hit it too hard. Mazzara was playing deep to take the double away, and that line drive was hit right on the button. Stayed in the air long enough for Mazzara to make the catch. Bring up Nelson Cruz. He's been the offense for the Mariners today. A 2-run home run back in the 4th inning, his 13th on the year.
447 feet. Got into the Mariner bullpen. A fan reached over and caught it with his cap. And an exit velocity of 114 miles an hour. Strike one. Cruz 0 for 3 against Dyson. Nelly behind 0-2. To Cruz, outfield extraordinarily deep, and Fulton, weak wave, 2 down.
Three fastballs, all of them on the outside corner. That one at 96 miles an hour. First 2 at 97.
Brings up Daeho Lee. First pitch swinging today. Brought him an 0 for 3, 3 pop-ups to the shortstop. He's 1 for 1 against Dyson. Strike one. Dyson, born and still lives in Tampa. Been with Toronto and Miami. Bouncing ball, slow roller up the middle. Andrews throws, and the Rangers sweep the Mariners. Final here today, 3-2. Dyson, 8 pitches, all for strikes to wrap this thing up.
That was a wasted quality start for Iwakuma. Really pitched well. Couple of errors behind him ended up hurting him. Mariners couldn't create any offense. 0 for 1 runners in scoring position. Again, all the offense coming on the 2-run home run by Nelson Cruz.
It's going to feel good to come home after the Mariners finish this road trip. 1-4, big homestand. Look forward to seeing you out at Safeco Field starting tomorrow night. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Angie and Dave.